What's up, everybody? My name is OMG, WTFL to WBRB, and welcome to week 3 of June 2002. Just kind of the, highlights or updates. I don't know what exactly we're calling this. Just kind of a look at what's going on in the wrestling world outside of the WWE, and kind of take a look at the other promotions and the developmental territories and see what they're doing. So, of course, we have All Elite Wrestling, which is the company that Stephanie McMahon has opened up. Unfortunately, there hasn't been anybody hired, but I have seen some contracts offered out. So the likes of Jushin Liger and Road Warrior Animal, I believe, and a couple other people. I can't remember everybody, and I stupidly erased the emails already, so my bad. But AEW is starting up here, and Stephanie is looking to try to take over the wrestling world, it seems like. But let's take a look at our first developmental territory, which will be Heartland Wrestling Association, the HWA. And let's go ahead and take a look at their most recent show. So we opened up the night with Chance Beckett going over Chris Chetty with a 25 solid E rating. Followed up with a brawl involving Terry Funk and Race Steel, which got a 48 D+ rating. The Ace Squad, featuring BJ Whitmer. No. The Ace Squad is the Jabolskis. Shet and Dean Jabolski going over Future Shock, which is BJ Whitmer and Logan Kane, to retain the HWA Tag Team Championships. That was a 31 E+ rating for that matchup. We then followed up with a 30 E+ rating as Sexy Sean Casey defeated Dangerous Cody Hawk with a disqualification. I'd imagine Cody Hawk, the dangerous man that he is, got himself disqualified in some way, obviously. 46 solid D rating as we have a backstage skit involving Hollywood Supernova and the Blue Meanie, the Blue World Order. Followed with a Cruiserweight Championship matchup, which saw Chad Coiler retain the HWA Cruiserweight Championship over Trent Acid with a 40 D-. We followed it up in our, not that match, let's go back. In our semi-main of the night, Hollywood Supernova defeating the Navajo Warrior with a 45 solid D rating. And then our main event, Rory Fox retains the HWA Heavyweight Championship against Yang with a 53 C- rating. Alrighty then. Following up with that, let's go ahead and check out NWA Wildside. So their show started off with a 29 solid E rating as David Young defeated JC Daz in the opening matchup. Followed with a backstage segment involving AJ Styles and Ernest Miller, which got a 52 D+ rating. 46 solid D rating as Scotty Wren defeated Matt Cross. And then we had a backstage confrontation involving Caprice Coleman and Brian Kendrick, which got a 48 D+ rating. Rick Michaels going over Paul London with an impressive 65 solid C rating. You got to imagine that was all Paul London. 47 solid D rating as Lazarus defeats Ray Gordy to retain the NWA Georgia Junior Heavyweight Championship. We then go backstage to a brawl involving Carlito Cool and Ken Anderson. That got a 53 C- rating for that. In our semi-main event, 59 solid C rating. That's impressive, as Jason Cross and Onyx defeated the Violent Playboys, which is a team of Frankie Kazarian and Jimmy Rave. And in our main event of the evening, 66 C+ rating, an impressive night for NWA, to be honest. Air Paris retains the NWA Wildside Heavyweight Championship over Cassidy O'Reilly. All right, and finally, for the developmental territories, we're going to check out Ohio Valley Wrestling, OVW. We open up the night with Payne. Who is Payne? Oh, BJ Payne. I should have known that. BJ Payne defeating Jorge Estrada by countout. 26 solid E rating for that. The Intelligentsia going over JJ Perez and Maven. The Intelligentsia being the team of Christopher Nowinski and Matt Stryker. New team we formed here, and I think JJ Perez and Maven might also be a team. I'm not too sure if I actually made that a team, but if I didn't, I like them as a team. We then followed up with the OVW Women's Championship on the line as cheerleader Melissa defeats Beth Phoenix to retain the title with a 38 D- rating. Then a Hardcore Championship as John Cena, John China as I like to call him, retaining the OVW Hardcore Championship over Damien. We then had Brock Lesnar in action as he takes on and defeats Ricky Banderas with a 44 solid D rating. And finally, in our main event of the night, 49 D+ rating as Fit Finlay retains the OVW Heavyweight Championship against the Damager. And finally, let's take a look at, let's go ahead and take a look at Ring of Honor real quick. Let's see if they've gotten any new talent. I'll be honest, I don't remember who I went over last time, so we're just going to go over all of them again. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Ring of Honor roster as of now. So we got Aaron Stevens, formerly or futurely known as Damian Sandow, Alan Funk, Alex Shelley, Azriel, Blitzring, Brian Gorey as the referee, Chase Stevens, Christian York, Christy Rishi, Cindy Rogers, Danny Doring, Dave Brown, Delirious, Egotistico Fantastico, Flash Flanagan, GQ, Hallow Wicked, Helena Heavenly, Hugo Stanovich, Ian Rotten, Joanne Clark, Joel Maximo, Joey Abs, Joey Matthews, Crazy K, Matt Seidel, Mike Lockwood, a.k.a. Crash Holly, Nicole Bass, Rob Echoes, also known as Robbie E., Rob Feinstein, which less said about him the better, Ruckus, Sarah Del Rey, Scott Lost, Shane Suell, Tito Santana, Tony Mamaluke, Wife Beater, Wolfie D, and Z-Bar. And that is ROH's company. They have yet to have a show yet, unfortunately, though. Their first show will be the first week of July? Because I thought it said June, but yeah, it says June. So when the hell's their first show? I don't know. Either way, let's end off this video with a look at TNA, Total Nonstop Action, and let's take a look at what their fourth show was. I believe we've already looked at all these, and if we haven't, I'm not going back and reviewing all those. I'm pretty sure we've already done that at least. Anyway, 51 D+ rating for this week as we open up with a brawl involving Jeff Jarrett, Shane Douglas, and Conan, which got a 58 C- rating. Followed with a 43 solid D rating as the new team of Christopher Daniels and Michael Modest defeated the team of Scotty Mack and Jay Lethal. I'm not sure what they named them, but yes, that is indeed a new team. We then have a confrontation involving Cindy Rogers and Joanne Clark, 32 E+ rating for that. We then have a 13 F+ rating of a match as Cindy Rogers went to no contest with Joanne Clark. We then have a confrontation involving Sabu and Smiley Norman Smiley. 54 C- for that. And we ended off the night with a 58 C- rating as Sabu defeats Norman Smiley by disqualification. Alright, not the best episode of Impact in my opinion, but nonetheless, that is going to be the end of this video. As always, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you guys for Monday Night Raw or our episode of Impact pretty much. So, have a great one, guys.